Hello and welcome to Forgotten Temples with myself, Mr. B. If I may, allow me to introduce you to the once mighty Pu Phi. Have a look at these huge laterite blocks. We get an indicator as to his size by this large entranceway. And there's not an awful lot to see here, that is true. But inside this ancient giant once slept a mighty god. Could have been Shiva, it could have been Vishnu, who knows. We believe it was built in the reign of Jayavarman VII, as other temples in this area. Now, I have had terrible trouble locating this because there's no signs or anything else. And where I am is rather interesting because I'm in a monastery. There's all these little beautiful huts hidden amongst the trees, and the whole thing is up in the sky because I'm on top of a mountain in Thailand. So this temple, although there's not an awful lot to look at, and in this video we'll be having two temples, here there's not a lot to look at, but where it is placed is quite simply breathtaking. It is getting very late in the day. Can you see the sunset just through there? Well, this chap here that almost nobody comes to visit has seen Lord knows how many hundreds of thousands of them, and was once a mighty structure. Around him there is this perimeter wall, but that is all that's left. If we want to learn more, we have to head towards this fantastic building just there. So there is Pu Phi, a once ancient wonder that is now just hidden away amongst some trees off a path that nobody really comes to see. But I bet you they go past it because there's this road. And in this monastery, I've never seen anything like it. It reminds me of a very rich kibbutz in the Middle East, and I used to live on one. Look at all these beautiful plants that are placed around all these paths. There's all these pebbles and trees, and through here is a chap's house. It is so beautifully done. There's these lovely slabs, and again this pebbled sort of driveway that takes you forward to this next concrete path where all the slabs have been placed equidistant from one another. Someone has really put a lot of effort and time into this, and there's an awful lot more to this compound. It just goes on and on, but this is what I discovered. Now, this large structure is one of those treats that you come across that make what I do so worthwhile. I was thinking, well, Pu Phi, I mean, looking at the photo I found, there's not a lot to see. But let me just stop walking for a moment. Look at it. Look at this view. It's unbelievable. We can go up the stairs. And I promise you, you know, some people may come up here at the weekend, and maybe there's a reason, there's no signs to the ancient temple, because being a monastery, they don't want people coming round and, I don't know, picnicking and things like that. They've even built a hole in the floor so this tree can continue to grow. But it is here the absolute beauty lies. Those stones and blocks were carted up this mountainside nigh on 1,000 years ago, and look, it is quite simply staggeringly beautiful. It must have been a place where so many came and received not only blessings but also solace. Now, I did say there would be two temples in this video, but there won't. Because how could I possibly not sign off this video with such a magnificent backdrop? The sun gently sinking in the west. Yes, there wasn't much of this temple to see, only the echo, the shadow of past glories. But seeing a view such as this, it really does give one an idea as to what those pilgrims were seeking. They were seeking not only answers, but also solace and a level of calm in their life. And on that note, this temple, above all, well, this view very much describes the journey that I've been on. As I've mentioned a few times in my videos, I was a raging addict. To give you an example, I was rushed to hospital unconscious in having serious seizures on 3 occasions. On 3 occasions they had to resuscitate me. I have walked so close to the edge of death, it's ridiculous. And it took me an awful long time to get out. And how I did that was by hunting temples to give me something to do, to fulfill my life. And now maybe you see what I see. Yes, there's these temples, and sometimes they're just mere shadows. But there is so much more. Could there be any better metaphor of my life than this final shot? Out there lays an ancient land, and it is crowned by the most beautiful sunset. I can't tell you how happy I now am. My life is full of wonders. Now, I hope that you have enjoyed this trip around, and there wasn't a lot of temple, I know, but there's still wonders to be had. And if by chance you could support me in hunting down these ancient sites that are often neglected, then I would be truly grateful. And how you do that is you go to www.patreon.com/temples. As simple as that. And as always, I wish you absolutely nothing but the very best. You be sure to take good care. And for goodness sake, keep looking over the horizon, because I promise you, there are wonderful things.